Hello, my name is Ed Frawley. My wife and I own Leerburg. We're going to do a question and answer today that comes from the Ask Cindy portal on the front of Leerburg.com. If you've never been there before, just scroll down to Ask Cindy and you can ask a question on dog training, on your dog's health care, on breeding. I bred German Shepherds for police service work and the biting dog sports for 35 years. Many years. We have a state-of-the-art breeding facility that we haven't bred in 11 years. So this is a good question because it makes you think, and well, I'll just read it. This might have been obvious to some, but I missed it in watching the 8-week stream. The way to teach a dog their name and charge the mark seems to be the exact same process. In other words, if they differ, how do they differ? Should you do one before the other? Can it be done around the same time? Do they get confused at some point? Hopefully you can provide a little clarity for me. So now, I'll approach this from the standpoint that some of the people that view this don't understand what marker training is. They don't understand what charge the mark means. They obviously understand that they got to teach their dog its name, and we'll talk about that. But both of these commands use food to place a higher value on a word that you're going to use. With puppies, when we teach their name, we'll take them out, we give them their name, Spot, we give them a little piece of food. Spot, we give them a little piece of food. Spot, we give them a little piece of food, but good food, not kibble. A little piece of cheese, a little piece of meat, and we do this 20, 30, 40 times a day, little bitty pieces. And it doesn't take very many days that if your puppy's out taking a pee or running around and you say, Spot, turns around and he looks at you. When you see that, you know he's starting to recognize his name. You can still give him a little piece of food. I mean, a point here about teaching a puppy its name is we don't expect a puppy or a dog to come charging to you every time you say its name. That's a recall. Those are two different things too. One is just to give them food to know their name. The other one is to teach them to come when called. So that's part of this question. The other part on charge the mark is we are reward-based trainers. That means that we use markers. There are 5 major markers, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I'll identify them. When we bring a dog out and we're going to have a training session, we teach them a word, or words. We use, are you ready? And we get our dogs excited. And when we do that, they know, okay, fun things are going to happen. I'm going to be able to earn some food rewards. So we have, are you ready? We have yes, which means we just like what you just did. We have good, which means keep doing what you just did. Keep it up. We have no or nope, which means you didn't do it right. If you want your food, you're going to have to try it and do it again. And then the end is we have all done. So those are the 5 words in marker training. So at the beginning, we take a dog through a little training session that only has to take a few days where we charge the mark. And the mark we're going to charge is not, are you ready? Although it could be, but the mark we want to charge usually is yes, which means we like what you did and now you can do whatever you want to do. The yes is a release. Good is keep doing what you want to do. So we're going to charge the mark. We want to put some value to yes. So we'll go out, we'll charge the mark, and we'll say yes, and we give them a piece of food. Say yes, we give them a piece of food. Say yes, we give them a piece of food. Just like we say, Fido, give them a piece of food. Fido, we give them a piece of food. Fido, we give them a piece of food. We're doing the same thing with yes. Yes, give them a piece of food. Yes, we give them a piece of food. The difference is that we are going to use yes to mark a behavior when we get into training. We will mark any number of behaviors. Anything that your dog's doing, we can, yes, give them a piece of food. Anything they're doing that we like. So that, and the word doesn't need to be yes. The word can be okay, the word can be anything you want to use, as long as you stay using that all the time. You have to be consistent in it. But what we want is, let's say, no, I'm not going to teach you here how to teach your dog to down or sit or whatever, but I'm going to give you an example of how we use yes for those people that don't understand. Let's say we are teaching our dog to sit. So we ask him to sit, we've lured him in to sit. The dog sits. As soon as his butt touches the ground, we're going to mark that with a yes, and at that point, the dog can get up and bounce around, get excited, do whatever it wants. It's done. The exercise is done when we say yes. There's the difference there. Marking the dog's name is one thing. Adding value to yes so that yes can later be paired with a behavior is a second thing. So that's why with us, as soon as we get a puppy, the first few days, we're going to teach it its name. From day one, we're going to take it out. A lot of times we'll hold off on charging the mark for maybe a week or two. We want to teach the puppy its name first. We're going to keep it on a leash all the time anyway, whether a short leash, long leash. We're not going to let the puppies go out and run around. Even in the house, our dogs, our puppies, are always on a leash in the house, in an X-pen, or a dog crate. Then, after that, a week or 2 weeks out, then you can start charging the mark. Take it out. Dog can be running around. You say, yeah, it doesn't have to be doing a behavior. It doesn't have to sit. It doesn't have to come. It doesn't have to lay down. It doesn't have to do anything. The dog's out. It's doing something. You say yes. It turns. You give him a piece of food. It's not going to take very long that, just like training the dog its name, it's not going to take very long that when you say yes, the dog's going to turn and look and come. There's a process that you go to that's beyond the scope of this video. There's a process that you go to teach the dog that a yes means, hey, I like what you just did, and now it's a release. I'm not going to go into how to teach the release right now. That's an important thing. So, I hope that answers your question. I have a video I did, online course I did on the power of training dogs with markers. You can also go to Leerburg.com in our article section, and I wrote a long article on the power of training dogs with markers. If you want to learn more, and any dog trainer, in our opinion, that wants to take dog training seriously should be reward-based trainers that use markers. Don't confuse reward-based trainers as all positive dog training. That's not what it is. Dogs need to have aversives at some point in their life. Dogs need to learn there are consequences to bad behavior. They need to learn there are consequences to not doing something that they know how to do, but they refuse to do it when we ask them to do it. There has to be consequences. The consequences don't need to be a strong leash correction. The consequences don't need to be a remote collar or a prong collar or a slip lead. We're just telling you, we are balanced trainers. We're reward-based trainers that are modified with understanding that at some point in time, the dogs are going to be exposed to distractions that cause them to blow off what we're asking them to do. And the dog needs to learn there are ramifications for not minding. So if you have a question on how to train your dog, go to the Ask Cindy, and she'll answer all of them. She gets up every morning, feeds our horses at 5 o'clock, comes in, has her cup of coffee, and sits down and writes answers to the Q&As every day while I'm still sleeping. I want to talk a little bit about the Ask Cindy portal on the front page of Leerburg.com. You can go to that portal and ask Cindy, my wife, any question you want on dog training, on dog breeding, on health issues with your dog. Cindy and I have been in the dog business for many, many years. I'm 75, and I was training dogs pretty seriously for 60 years. Cindy has been training dogs seriously for 40, 45 years. She was a groomer for 20 years, worked in a vet for 20 years. If we can answer a question for you, she answers the questions every day. People can come in and post, and you don't have to be a customer of Leerburg. You do have to put your email in there, and the purpose for that, and I have to tell you this, is not so we can spam you with our email or sell your email address. We'd never, ever do that. The purpose for getting the email or the ticket with your email on it is that you can ask the question, Cindy will answer it. If she needs more information, she'll come back at you, and she has to be able to communicate with you. And if you come back a week later, a year later, 6 months later, and ask a question, Cindy will look your email address up to see what you asked in the past. And if it's on the same dog, she can review her previous answers and advice and maybe expand that. So that's why. But I don't know any other website on the internet for dog training where anybody can go in and ask any question they want and get an answer right away. If we're home, Cindy gets up in the morning, she goes out at 5 o'clock, takes care of our horses, and comes back in and answers her Q&As that she's got for the morning. What I do is I pick the good ones and put them into videos like this. We have a lot of them. I just started putting them into videos after doing the Ask Cindy for many, many years. We've got like 3,700 of them in a database that's searchable, that you can go and put quotation marks around what you want to search on, and you'll get a more specific answer. We don't put every question in our database. There's thousands that don't go in there. We try and pick the best ones and put them in there. So there's 3,700 good ones there. So if you have a question, go to the Ask Cindy portal. If you want the best dog training equipment I think that you can find anywhere, we have it. We don't sell junk. We don't sell cheap stuff just because it's cheap. We only sell things that Cindy and I would use. And a number of the things that we sell, we have people that make them for us. We have a whole family of Amish harness makers that all they do is our leather work, and they've done it now for over 25 years. If you like the content in these Q&As, we have over 1,500 free videos on our website, in addition to a number of online courses and streaming videos that we sell by some of the top trainers really in the United States and really in the world.